everyone, it's Miss Beam. I am going to show you today how to make a self-portrait, and I hope you enjoy the video. I have posted on my 3rd grade section of my website images step-by-step, but I thought maybe a video would be more beneficial and you could pause it and replay it and see the exact motions that I make with my hands. All right, so we're going to start with the shape of your head. Now, the shape of your head is an oval, but more specifically, I like to consider it an upside down egg. And I say upside down because the bigger part of the egg is usually at the bottom of the egg carton and the top is smaller. So let's go ahead and do that. And remember, nothing on your head is a point, so make sure that everything comes together like a curve. And so I say upside down egg because you have a brain up here, and your brain is not nearly as big, is much bigger than your chin. So this is your chin, this is your head, or the top of your head. The whole thing is your head. Then we're going to start inside the shape of the head with a line. And this line is a math line called the line of symmetry. And symmetry is the idea of making it equal on both sides. So we have 2 eyes, we have 2 nostrils for our nose, and then we have 2 sides to our mouth. So that is why we need the line of symmetry, not to mention our ears and our eyebrows and other things. So that's what that line's for. The next line is going to go straight across the center of your head. It has to be in the center, and I'll explain why in a minute. It doesn't have a special name. It's just going to help us make everything proportionate, and proportionate just means in the right place compared to everything else. So this is the horizontal line that goes across your face, and what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is make our eyes, and our eyes actually go on this line. Your eyes are in the middle of your head, believe it or not, and that's because part of the top of your head is being covered up by hair or by your forehead. So we have to remember those 2 things too. And your eyes generally are the shape of a football, the top of the football being on the top of the horizontal line and the bottom being under it. Now, please look in a mirror and kind of like get an idea of the shape of your eyes. They might be more of an almond, which are skinnier footballs, or a lemon, which is like wider footballs, whichever. At this point, you would want to erase the line inside. However, I'm using a pen or a marker so you can see really well, so I won't be erasing that. However, I would love it if you could. If you can't, that's okay. Use a marker, that's absolutely fine. Use whatever you have. I am not picky. Now, inside, we're going to do our iris. Our iris is the colorful part of your eye, and it is the circle. Now, your eyeball is a ball, but the opening is what makes it look like a football, and that's why they are the shape that they are. Inside the iris, a pupil. Super simple. That pupil is actually what you can see out of, and that is why we need it. Now, eyelids are also super important. They help you blink. And if you want to add eyelashes, by all means, go ahead. Start from the end and curve out like little flicks. Okay? If you do not want eyelashes, don't. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, most of the time, boys' eyelashes are longer than girls' eyelashes, but I get it if you don't want to add them. That's fine. Now, moving on to the nose. From the center of our face to our chin, we're going to find the middle of that point. That is where our nose goes. And we're going to start with a little bump, like so. Curve under, almost looks like a weird tiny smile. And then we're going to bump on each side. We're going to make the letter C right here attach. And we're going to make a backwards version of that, or even you could call it like an unfinished letter D. That's fine. Now, on one side, it doesn't matter which, curve up, not touching the middle line and not touching this line of symmetry. This just helps us give us the shape of our nose. Now, don't forget to breathe by giving yourself little curves under these bumps to make nostrils. Moving on to the mouth, we are going to find the point from the nose to the chin and find the center. Now, I particularly always do a wide V for the very top of my lip in the center. It's that dip in your lip is what I call it. It does have a special name that I need to look up. I just haven't done it yet. You could very possibly so I did a wide V, you could do a deep V, or you could just do a curve. Look in the mirror and see which one this should be for you. Regardless of what this is, the next one is going to be a curve, and it goes directly underneath it. So we're just going to move on, and we're going to curve out, just past your nose. Like a pen cap size, just past your nose, or a pinky, just past your nose. And then we're going to curve under this line, leaving it in the middle, like so. And then go from one side to the other side. Very simple. Now, the next thing we need are eyebrows. And we're going to start by making a diagonal line going to each point. Curve out, curve out. If you want to, you can curve it around and make a point, okay? If you have more angular eyebrows, which means they're more straight lined than curved, you can go out and then go down. You figure out which ones you have. I recognize that I'm drawing two different eyebrows, but it's for an example, so I don't encourage you to do that unless your eyebrows look totally different from each other, which they could. All right, moving on, we need ears. We need to be able to hear what's going on. So our ears actually start at our eyes, but they start by going up, and they curve around to go in, back out, and they stop at our top lip. Now, if you don't believe me, that's fine. Pause the video and draw a line with your finger from your ear to your mouth and from your ear to your eye and see if I'm wrong. You might run into your nose, but if you do, that's because you're angling upwards. It's definitely at your top lip. Now, do the same on the other side, and make sure that you don't make your ears humongous. I mean, let's be real. You might have a larger ear than that, but when you're looking at someone, you don't see the whole ear. So if you draw this, you're definitely not looking as real as you can. Now, we need to make the neck. So, put your finger right here and draw a line. We want to put our finger right there because you need to have a space between your ear and your neck. You don't have a massive space. You do not have a lollipop stick for a neck. Your neck is much wider than that. So we do it on the other side. So it looks proportionate. Then for the, sorry, I had to stop it randomly. So let me go back to where I was. So this is proportionate. Now we're going to draw our shoulder. Our shoulder starts at the bottom of our neck, and it is a diagonal line that goes all the way to the side of our paper, not the corner. Your shoulders do not bend that far down. They are a slight diagonal. They're also not straight. I mean, think about it. If you were to draw that, it would look like you were part of a rectangle. You are not. It goes down and to the side. So I'll do the other one so you can see it. So we just slight diagonal to the side of your paper. Now for your neckline, which is where your shirt curves around to your neck. Now you can make whatever kind of shirt you want. I'm just going to make an easy curve so that it makes it simple. And you can decorate your shirt later. That's no problem. What we are missing is hair. So now we got to get to our hair. I'm going to draw my hair on this example, and then I will do some other examples for other types of hair. So for me, when my hair is down, I part it off to the side. So not the line of symmetry, but off to the side. And I just kind of have a wave. Ladies, if you have wavy hair, long hair, even bangs, you could do this too. And you stop at your ear. So your hairline goes to your ear, because think about it. When you pull your hair back, girls, or even boys, when you look at your hair goes around your ear. But we don't draw that because it's attached to your head. And you go back around like so. Which truthfully should have been a wavy line for me, but I just did a curve. And then for the part that goes out, I'm going to start it where I started that. So I'm not going to do the line of symmetry because my line part, my hair part is right here. So wave, 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 because I have curly hair. Wave, 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 wave. However you like it. And then there's me. Now, I'm going to, turn it over to a blank page so that you can see some other examples. I've been using this paper all day for various things. So let's just do this. Now, for hair that might be in a ponytail or in a bun, you've got the line of symmetry, you've got your ears. I'm not going to take the time to do the whole face because the ears are what's most important right here. For a ponytail, your hair is pulled back, so it's just a curve going from one side of your head to the other. If you're to do a ponytail, here's my neck. You could do a bump right there and then just kind of go out like so, off to the side if you wanted to, or you could just leave it as the bump. That's fine. If you wanted to do a wavy bun, then you could easily just, you have to do the curve and then like so. All right, those are going to be my 3 main examples for girls. Ladies, if you have straight hair, you're going to do what I just did on the other side. But all this is straight, going straight down, not wavy. Leave that up to you. Get creative with it. Now, boys, I'm going to start with as if you were at the barber and he was going to give you some lines. You're going to do a straight line, or excuse me, a diagonal line going up, which is considered straight, but it's also considered diagonal, and you're going to curve around. Now, if you have a very close haircut, you're done, okay? You don't add anything else. If you have let your hair grow a little bit, gentlemen, then you could do a slight wave as big or as small as you want as far as being close to the head, and then you would either color this in so you can't see that line, or you would erase that line. All right, gentlemen that do not have hairstyles like that, or don't go to the barber and get lines on their forehead, you could very simply just curve up, and you could either go curve over, or you could give yourself some bangs. I don't know how long your hair is getting right now. I know we're not allowed to go to the barber, so you do whatever you want to do. If you want it to look like you look now, or if you want it to look like if you just got a haircut, it's up to you. But that's pretty much it. If you want to look in the mirror yourself and kind of draw your own hair as it looks realistically, that's completely fine. I would love to see them. If you want to email me any pictures of your self-portraits, I would absolutely love it. The next thing you would want to do after this, though, is color it in. Make it colorful, make it nice and neat and pretty. You can use markers, crayons, color pencils. You can even use paint if you want to. Totally up to you. I particularly do not have a skin color. I have a basic pack of markers. But just remember that your nose, your ears, your face, and your neck are all your skin color. Your hair and your eyebrows are the same color. They are not the same color as your skin, though. So if you use a brown marker to color in your face, you cannot use that brown marker for your hair, or you will not be able to tell your hair from your face. Just keep that in mind. I'm going to find something that looks skin tone-ish like me, and I will color this and I will post it on my website so you guys can see my finished product. Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. Before you color, erase the line of symmetry and the horizontal line if you can. If you can't, it's not a big deal, but if you want them to be gone so you can't see them, please erase. All right, I hope you guys have a great week, and remember, we will get through this. I miss you guys so much, and have a wonderful day.